me feeling like I'm academics.
We'll leave that there. Okay. I'm on an hour and 40. I could go a little bit more longer. Well, I wanted to get on to this, which is here we go. Milagro did hop on with Armand, and shout to Armand Wiggins, and she did discuss this. And this is the first time she's really been able to speak about this because she was under a gag order. Now, I'm being fair. I want to be fair. Okay, let me give you scores across the board. The only people that really win in this is Quinn Emanuel. They get $2 million. If we're talking about money, they're the only people that win. They got $2 million. Okay. So $2 million is to them. They don't care if Milagro got to pay it back to Meg. Meg already done paid the money. Meg got to pay the $2 million. So Meg paid $2 million already. Okay. So the winners here are the lawyers for Meg. They get $2 million. That's a dub. The win for Milagro is that she's seen as a media defendant, which is very important and also a big win for everybody in new media, because now we understand that as long as you're being you're doing your job of media coverage, whether you're covering a case from your computer like I do a lot of times, or you're going to court and you might not be the traditional media person, you still have some protection. So that's the win. The win for Meg is that she could say, hey, I went against a blogger who, even though the defamation was taken off of the liability part, she could say, well, I did get somebody for defamation, even though she got no money for it. But then she could say, I got people harassed me and caused me stress. I got a win. I got the win. So the W, even if it doesn't get her a lot of money, that's the win for Meg. So like she basically paid $2 million for like literally just a W in the win column, right? And yeah, that's it, right? So everybody kind of gets a win out of this. But the biggest win goes to Quinn Emanuel. They finessed $2 million out of Rock Nation and Jay-Z and Desiree Perez and Meg Thee Stallion. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know y'all keep saying, yo, I should be next. Yeah, finesse another two. Sure, I don't give a fuck. All right. Let me see if I could play it here. Okay.
It was like, knees.
Okay, here we go. So this is Milagro speaking about this stuff.
I mean, our children deserve to be protected. Our black men deserve to be protected. Our black women deserve to be protected. So all I did was stand up for something that I believed in. Nothing less, nothing more. Anything about her family or anything else, babe, there's a video from Geneva's Closet, I believe. Go watch it, where they lay out the different things about her family and whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all keep on trying to throw all this different shit on me when I have already addressed where things came from. Myron Gaines put out that police report initially. I wasn't looking for that. Karim said, reach out to me if you want to talk to me about what I'm asserting about what happened down in San Antonio. I didn't seek him out. Anything about her family, anything else, child, like I said, go to Geneva's Closet and watch that video. The same way people keep up with celebrities and do celebrity MTV cribs and shit like that. Stop acting like there was some type of particular interest taken in this person. No, it was not, and it was not that deep at all. So I think that people have a misconception because I'm a passionate speaker, and I talk hard and shit like that, but I don't think I should be penalized for who I am. You know what I'm saying? Especially when these people get up here and be so upfront about what they feel about me. Make it make sense. So I feel like
what did you think about the jury? Like, how do you think what made you? Because it took a long time though, so I felt like they were going back and forth. In your opinion, ultimately, what do you think made the jury lean towards the favor of her? Like,
yeah, I think that they were going back and forth about all them questions. I think a lot was left to the jury that should have been left to the judge. I think the judge should have made a ruling on the media defended thing. There were a lot of questions that those people had to answer. These are everyday people. So I respect and appreciate the time that they gave that were away from their families. And all I can do is say thank you for what they gave to it, regardless of if I agree or not. But
also, because I don't know, because I'm hearing 59K, 75K. Can you clear this up? Like, did they drop the defamation? Is it 59K? Like,
okay,
is it
so
75K?
the jury decided that I am a media defendant.
Amen.
Which which means that ultimately they had said we would give 15,000 for the defamation. Okay, the
Mhm.
overall sum was about 75. Well, because I'm considered a media defendant, that knocks off the defamation. So any headline you see that says that Megan won her defamation suit, that is incorrect. That is not correct because the media defendant status means I should have been served properly. They wanted to mark me as a social media grifter. I am not
Mm.
that. The jury, which it was left to them, it was decided by her side that they would choose if I was that. And they said, yes, she is. So, with that being said, the defamation portion was lost.
Oh, officially.
The
So that's officially
the
lost.
per the jury as of right now, the
Okay.
judge, they're going to do what they want to do and file something and contest it. So the judge could come back and assert something. But how likely would it be that she would go against her previous ruling where she said let the jury decide and they decided and say no. So
Yes, I
at
was
this
there.
point, okay, right. So at this point, it is 59,000 because that is minus the 15 for defamation. Defamation was lost.
Now, are they saying that you're going to have to pay these legal fees? I'm seeing a lot of different things people are adding on to it. Are you going to have to pay lawyer fees? Like, is that a thing?
I'll have to see how that works moving forward. But for right now, the number is the 59.
Oh well, girl,
I know that for
You
some.
can fundraise that tonight. The other thing is, I was gonna say, so there's the 59K. There. Okay, can you not talk about her anymore? Were there any rules like that, or is there like a gag order? Are you
No,
talking about her?
no. The gag order that was present during the case is over with now because the case has ended.
Mm-hmm.
There are no stipulations on that, you know? So if I want to move forward and discuss whatever, I can. Now, what I will tell you is I'm choosing not to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Megan has branded herself as Regina George, which is supposed to be the ultimate bully. I'm really confused as to how she can get on raps and talk crazy and do this and do that and then turn around and do something like this. But at the end of the
That's I'm glad Milagro brought that up. I thought this case was going to run slightly parallel to what Drake and Kendrick did, where the judge flat out said like, "Hey, some of the shit is protected speech, and anything if you're trying to have an issue with protected speech, get out of here with it." It appears that the judge in this case didn't take that angle, and if Milagro had made some criticism of Meg, like for example, Nicki Minaj did, calling her Bigfoot, making fun of her family, speaking ill of her. Meg didn't file a lawsuit against Nicki Minaj because in reality, we just had case law that says it feels like rapping is protected. But because Milagro doesn't rap, it could be emotional distress. So I want to stay here and state on the record unequivocally. Big Ack is a comedian. And if we need to just say we're doing an art, which everybody does know, I've said I'm doing comedy for a long time. Yeah, I'm doing the art of comedy because unfortunately, it looks like the judge refused to acknowledge any protections other than the First Amendment right, which it wasn't applicable here because it wasn't necessarily a criminal case, but it weaponized the commentary of Milagro because she wasn't doing it in a song, which is crazy.
today, um, she feels like she's been hurt by different things, so I'm going to move forward without her as content. Life goes on. I've been under a gag order and have still had a show without commenting on her. That's not hard. I had a show before she was popular. I have a show moving forward, so it is going to be my choice to let her exist without me giving commentary on her. That's what I'm choosing to do, but there is no order that says I cannot speak about her or talk about this case or anything. No.
Deep now, did you feel targeted, like in any way, because they kept bringing up Aiden Ross, Academics, Joe Budden, and all these other people? Why do you feel like it was you?
I think that a lot of people believe that there was some type of relationship of a sexual nature with Tori.
Mm.
And I think that as she said in her own words, she's a woman and she did not like my photographs with his father and with him and stuff like that. So, people got up and testified that they've been hearing about me being sued since January of 2024. I absolutely feel like I was targeted. There are bigger platforms that have said much more. I'm hearing people say, well, other platforms didn't go as hard. That is not true. There have been people who have consistently spoken about this case, consistently spoken about their viewpoints, and that's been ever present in this space. So I definitely feel targeted in that way. But it is what it is, because we all
Mm.
have to own what we do. So at the end of the day, I think the biggest win was for new media to be
Yes.
recognized as new media, and for us to solidify that space. That is the biggest thing, because going
A
into
lot
the
of
case,
people did not want you to get that. I'm telling you
of
this. There
course
was a
they did, but
lot of
to their own
journalists that did
detriment.
not want you to
Understand?
have that. They did not
We
want you to have
deserve
that.
that. You done set up and pay for all that equipment. You working hard. You spending your money. You're going out. You're taking notes and you're reporting. Why don't you get to do that? Because they want to gatekeep. So this was a win for us, whichever way you want to spin it. This was big for us. So I'm grateful. New media is here and we're being recognized. And now that is solidified,
Yeah, it is respected as the fact that
and it
hey,
will be respected.
you can't just throw out a lawsuit. We are protected by the same media, protections. So, and they have to give that to us. So I thought that was huge because this is different from the Tasha K case where it just was like these new media people are just complete liars and trash and all of this. At least you did come
Right.
out with some sort of
Right.
win and respect, you
Right.
know. And so
Right.
I thought that was good. I thought that was good. Now let me ask you this: when we were in court, did sitting in there seeing Megan, you were doing this. I got two questions. When you would hear the audio of you going and they playing it loud like that, when you would hear that shit, what would you be thinking? When they would play that, when you would be carrying on like that, how did
You
you
know what I was
feel?
thinking? That child, they ain't gonna get it. I'm sitting up here thinking it's a celebrity sitting in here. They gonna think I'm so mean and so this and so that because they don't understand. Um, so it was difficult because you do commentary.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like you can understand. It don't be that deep. We're doing commentary and talking about it. We might get a little theatrical in the way that we expressing it, this
Mm-hmm.
and that, but it don't. You turn it off and you're going about your business. I do think that we have generational gaps, and I felt like, child, they sitting up here listening to this shit. They ain't about to get it. They finna think I'm crazy as hell. So I was kind of covering my ears, like, oh Lord, this
Yes,
now bad,
and the
honey.
way that they would crop that,
The
girl, I
way
was
they
like,
was clipping it though,
"Ooh."
exactly. So
The
I
way that
definitely
they
felt
was
like, child,
cropping
this
that, I
don't
was like,
sound
girl, she
good,
out of
baby.
here. Now, let me ask you this other question. As you're
Okay.
sitting there and
Mm-hmm.
Megan Thee Stallion is
All right, we'll play like one more minute of this and then we'll move on.
there
Mm-hmm.
and
We
she's
gotta get on to 50 people.
on the stand and she says, I don't think
By the way, I'm checking for. I'm gonna read donations if you guys have sent some shit. So I didn't forget about you guys.
Milagro is a good person. I think she's a bad person.
Oh.
How did you you know what I mean? Did that make you feel like, damn, you really think I'm a bad person? You know what I mean? How did that make
You know
you
what you got to do?
feel?
You got to consider your source. So I wish I would take something she said and let it make me feel away. Child, please.
Oh,
Okay. All right. And again, this guy who sent in the donation, I hope you got your money's worth because I've addressed you a lot on this. Gamer Trey. To lastly kind of sum up what you've said or what you've asked, because you try to say that I'm not being consistent. I've never said I would just file lawsuits just to prove a point. I said in defending yourself, I don't believe in settling. When you settle, you open the floodgates for other people to file lawsuits. So spending $300,000 to win a lawsuit, even if you know, like in most of these cases, they might be like, hey, you can recover your legal fees. Most times these people don't got it, right? Like you think when they tell, like they're going to file a motion that's going to say, Meg, no, Milagro, you're liable to pay the legal expenses because that third, the deepfake porn liability, you could file a subsequent follow-up motion, which they're going to do, to say, hey, we want our legal fees covered because for us to get this judgment, we had to incur legal costs. And the judge is going to, they already won. Judge is usually going to say, yes, here's a problem. Nobody told you to spend $2 million. So what's usually going to happen is that the judge is going to say, if you were awarded $50,000, how much did you think you were getting, and why did you spend $2 million? So the judge is probably the judge could go up a couple $100,000, or it could say, no, I'll award you equally what you're getting in compensatory damages, which is $50,000. Okay, I'll give you another $50,000. So maybe now it turns from $59,000 to $109,000. But I'd be highly surprised if a judge sets a precedent in awarding legal fees because some celebrity wanted to spend millions of dollars to get a judgment. They award millions of dollars. Now, going back to what you said, when people start suing you, at some point you have to deter people from thinking that you're free cash. So you have to put up a defense. Very different than you filing lawsuits. Like, for example, online every day, I see people calling me out of my name and putting allegations on me that are criminal and that are not true. I wouldn't waste $300,000 to go after people that have zero money. Like, that's the point. Like, you know what I mean? I've been waiting. Even during the midst of it, I told people associated with me, I said, don't send me when some random guy on Twitter calls me X, Y, or Z. Send me when an actual celebrity says that. Because that person I could get some actual chicken from. I can't get it from Joe Schmo who's working at 7-Eleven. Got nothing to his name. But you think other broke people are going to be shook like, ooh, you got awarded $50 because you sued Joe from 7-Eleven? No. But if I sued, I've been waiting for Freddie Gibbs to say something. We're monitoring Freddie Gibbs. That's a fact. I was trying to bait Metro Boomin into say something that wasn't factually correct, but he didn't. He was just liking a bunch of random tweets. Trust me, we were monitoring, but there's no use in trying to sue people that don't have it. So it is what it is. All right, let me keep going. Woji says Meg just tweeted about the media lying. Meg need Jesus, bro. This I know that nigga Clay must be slaying some weak dick, man. Like, this chick's still tweaking out here, bro. You know what I mean? Like, yo, you need somebody to give the proper dick control, get her in line, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. He says, here they go lying again. Now, she's talking about Meg. She's talking about Milagro's statement. So Milagro put out a press release that came from her lawyer, and I'll read it real quick. It says, while many of the outlets are reporting that Ms. Cooper was found liable for defamation, the final judgment of the court is that Ms. Cooper isn't liable for defamation. Ms. Cooper ultimately prevailed on Mrs. Pete leading accusation, which is defamation. The jury awarded a nominal amount of damages compared to the millions that she had demanded from Ms. Cooper throughout the course of the litigation. Juries are called to make difficult decisions and often on complicated questions of law and fact. While we do not agree completely with the jury's verdict, we respect the verdict, and we thank the jury for giving us their time and their attention for more than 2 weeks. Ms. P and their attorneys asked the jury to send a message to the community by awarding her with an astronomical amount of damages. Indeed, the jury rejected her request and refused to send any such messages as shown by the nominal damages that they recovered. Evidently, the jury did not believe that Ms. Cooper was the sole cause of Ms. Pete's emotional distress, and it's reflected in their verdict. The verdict also reminds us that you cannot sue media defendants without provide the proper due process. We remain proud of the defense that was provided and Mrs. Cooper's willingness to stand up for her voice. The broader question around protecting online speech, dividing the boundaries between opinion and defamation, and safeguarding independent creators will continue to be critically important. Ms. Cooper claims her rightful position as a new media commentator, talk show host, and personality. Chad, what I will say is that, again, that's why I keep telling you about these law firms. The only people, the law firm that represented Meg, they probably got more than $59,000. Again, Meg is, what's that term in politics? In politics, when they're arguing, or no, it's in debate, straw man, and I think that's what the term is. She's saying people are lying. No, they're basically coming to the conclusion that the judge already said he would essentially conclude. He said, if you are considered media, defamation is not a statute that should be punished since you were not notified. The judge initially said, you're not a media defendant. Then it got brought up again. Then the judge said, I'll poll the jurors, and basically assumed or insinuated, I'm going with their words. Now, I don't know if the final judgment is in. I checked Pacer. It's not up there yet. So I don't want to say anything else. But you know, it appears that the defendant in the case, Milagro Cooper and her team, claims that the final judgment is in. And also, here's the thing. When Meg says this, thank you, here they go line again. If you want real media and news, know how to be patient and know how to read. Okay. Chat, could y'all clip this? And this goes to show Meg Thee Stallion is no different from the people she accuses or the people she dislikes. Let me walk you through it. Let me do a 6ix9ine walk down. Pause. Meg Thee Stallion accuses Tory Lanez of paying people to be mouthpieces to put out propaganda and contort the truth and facts for his benefit to make him look a certain way. Meg Thee Stallion just went through this legal process with Milagro. There's 2 conflicting reports. Is it 75K? Is it 59K? If it's 59K, Milagro wasn't held liable in terms of damages for defamation. If it's 75K, she was. She retweets Megan Cuniff, who's basically saying, contrary, let's read Megan Cuniff's statement. Contrary to the statements, the court hasn't issued a final judgment regarding defamation. Okay? Remember, if they have issued it saying we won't count it, it's 59K. If they have, if they haven't, it's 75K. Okay. What did Meg just say? Thank you. Here they go line again as usual. If you want real media and news, learn how to be patient. Remember, look, this is Meg's team saying, because they put out a press release, resulting in the jury awarding $75,000. Now, remember I told you Meg is trying to just be seen as the victim. Here's where she's actually wrong, and this is the walk down. This is the walk down right here, chat. Someone has to tap Meg on the shoulder when you said if you want real media / news, because you're trying to big up Megan Cuniff because she's on your side. She seems to lean in your favor, and you're thinking that it's the independent creators that's fictionally trying to contort this thing to say it's 59K. I'll tell you where I got the number. And since you're saying real media is Megan Cuniff, so the people reporting 59,000, which means defamation wasn't held liable, they're fake media. We're not talking about the independent media creators anymore. I'll tell you where I got it from. I got it from, well, let me put it up. This is where I got it from. I got it from NBC. NBC News, 6 Florida. When you scroll down, Pete was awarded $59,000 in damages, but had been seeking tens of $millions of dollars. That's where I got it from. Okay? While the jury found that Cooper defamed Pete by saying she was dishonest in sworn testimony about the rapper who shot her in 2020, the judge struck that verdict and the $16,000 in damages that the jury awarded her for defamation. So this is the walk down here, chat. Put it everywhere. When she says if you want real media news, it seems that apparently Meg is saying that where I got it from, because I got it from NBC, they ain't real media news either. So we need to ask Meg Thee Stallion, what's real media news? Because Milagro not real media news. None of the online creators ain't real media news. NBC, who we're now quoting, ain't real media news. It's only the chick who seems to be in your back pocket is real media news. Okay, we get where you're coming from, shorty. Just drop down and get your eagle on and keep twerking, shorty, because we don't know what you're talking about at this point. We don't know what you're talking about. By her own definition, if you're not reporting 75K or you're saying that the defamation was not struck down, you're not reporting real media and news. Well, she's trying to take a shot at us independent media creators yet again. However, she failed to realize we all quoted NBC Miami. So newsflash, Meg don't think, I would imagine, by just following a strain of logic, she don't believe that NBC Miami is real media news either. See? This woman won't accept nothing that don't align with what she thinks in her agenda, and she's now the arbiter of what real media news could be. See? There you go. There you go. Here they go line. I wonder why NBC Miami went line. I don't know. That's where we're getting it from. Why they lying? This is where I got it from. Because I remember, nigga, I went to these sources first. Because Megan Cunniff, who's in court, she's only, like, I saw her tweeting today. Everything she was tweeting just had the tint of, no, this is the big dub for Meg. And I'm like, whoa, okay, are you being fair here? And it's not about, like, we know Meg won on all 3 counts. We're just saying 1 count got thrown out, basically, because of the media thing. Look, completely just throwing them, like throwing them. At least Quinn Emanuel appeared to learn the lesson about the pre-suit notice. Meg's team is, what? Like, she's just completely throwing Quinn Emanuel everywhere. Look.
Where we have a verdict in the Megan Thee Stallion defamation lawsuit. Milagro Cooper.
By the way, even this, you could tell this is so biased. Meg's total bill could go up a lot higher than 75. You know why? Because everybody is scratching their head to say, yo, you spent at least 10 times what you got awarded. How is this a win? So this journalist, who seems to be biased as hell for Meg, is trying to make the fan base feel, no, this is a win. There's more money going to come in. It's legal fees. That doesn't go to Meg, dummy. That's Meg. Meg is already out 10 times that amount of money. At best, she might get reimbursed.
Has been found liable for all 3 claims. Damages are $75,000, not as much as Megan's attorneys were hoping for, but just the fact that Milagro was found liable for those 3 claims is a big win for them. The jury did conclude that Milagro is a media defendant, which, according to how things go, because Megan's lawyers didn't serve her with a notice before suing her, the claim is going to be thrown out. It needs to be finalized by the judge. The judge did enter a final judgment today, but it's a little confusing about whether that actually covers the media defendant issue. However, the fact that the jury said that, yes, Milagro is a media defendant should really carry some weight with the judge here. They didn't answer yes to all the questions about whether she properly performs the tasks of a media defendant. I'll get into that in my story. But overall, they did conclude that she is a media defendant. However, they also concluded she defamed Megan, intentionally inflicted emotional distress on her, and then promoted a sexually explicit fake video of her. So that's the real issue here. And the fake video claim brings attorney's fees. So the $75,000 in damages.
So now the win is attorney fees. So the win now is attorney fees. So again, the new win is, oh, the attorney fees could be millions. That goes to Quinn Emanuel.
And the fake video claim brings attorney's fees. So the $75,000 in damages is one figure, but we could end up with another figure here later on that requires Milagro to pay Megan's Quinn Emanuel fees, which, just looking at their catering, that's going to be through the roof. But it could be a lot. But there are issues that remain to be seen here. But Megan left the courthouse, said, I'm just happy. And Milagro left the courthouse, said that she's not ecstatic, but she respects the jury verdict. So I'm working on getting this all together for you guys. I've got a story I'm going to put up on legalaffairsandtrials.com. And if you guys go to my socials, you can see videos of people leaving, some details from court, that kind of thing. I'm shepherding it all together into a story for you guys. So subscribe to my Substack and you will get it in your inbox with everything you need. Thank you.
Okay, by the way, Speaker Music, thank you for the 5, says, can Milagro sue outlets that said she defamed when it was clearly thrown out? Hey, this is why I want to temper everybody's expectations about these lawsuits that you're thinking about. If someone misprints, again, when you're proving defamation, you have to prove somebody's maliciously doing it. Like somebody making a mistake, that is not defamation. Also, you got to prove damages. Like, right now, we wouldn't be able to tell any damages. So again, I know you're saying, can you sue? You can sue for anything. I'm telling you, Meg called me big and I waited for mad years and I'm suing, or I was going to sue. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you can sue for anything. People think the win is the lawsuit. No, the win is going to be the final outcome. I told you, everybody who got the win, Quinn Emanuel won the most. They got $2 million. Okay, the second win was probably going to be Milagro's team. I think they're maybe not the best job ever, but like she added lawyers at the end. She had to pay maybe $60,000, $70,000. I think it's more than what the judgment is. So both law firms, I believe, with Milagro, it wasn't law firms, different lawyers. Lawyers got the majority of the money here. Then Meg gets the win on paper, and Milagro gets the media defendant badge. That's how it goes. And the rest of us got free content. Right. Okay. Bernice King Real says, could you play Millie's statement about deleted text? Is it on Armand's page? It's on Armand's page. All right, I'll go on Armand's page. Chat, we're wrapping this up and we're getting straight to 50 Cent. Don't you guys worry. By the way, B. Rye says, yo, who want to bet that Clay himself gonna give her $2 million? I got $5 on that. So I got 5 on it. Oh man, all right, hold on. Let's see if we could I just want to make sure if we could we get that part? Yeah, she did speak. Hold on, give me a second. I just want to address that person's comment.
That is
Girl,
not
you will
what was
recover from
received.
this, even if it's 100,000. You leave it up to the jury because they was like, the
They
way
were
that
afraid.
judge was coming, and then
Okay. So there was this thing that Megan Cuniff kept saying, oh, you deleted 20,000 texts, and yes, the judge did instruct the jury to say you could take those deleted texts and assume that maybe there was some stuff that wasn't too favorable for the defendant, but they were acting like she was texting Tori 20,000 times, and I was like, God damn it! I was like, somebody got to be fucking her over there. If you texting Tori's my man's, but I don't think I've ever even text Tori back and forth more than 50 times. What the fuck? Shit, y'all doing some other shit if you text 20,000 times. She finally explained what that was about, which again, there was bias reporting, and it's interesting how they claim she was bias reporting, but when it comes to her, we never heard about it till now. Look.
Then I believed in. I'm very proud of him too. So I think people are upset that I'm not crying or some shit words. Like literally uplifting my name. Milagro is proud and proud and black. I just sitting up talking about me a particular way.
You seen Megan, you were doing this. Like, I think she's a bad person.
Got Natasha being enemy.
I had woke his ass.
Able to be recognized.
I'll let you go.
That I think that we need to learn and I believed in. Do not grifting. Megan won't be a part of the commentary.
Wait, hold on. I gotta try to figure out that. Damn, does anybody got the fucking audio? I was listening to it live, and she did explain. She said that her deleted text was a group chat with her friends, like a group chat with her friends. That let me see. Fuck. Yo, what page is this? While everybody debates defamation, the real headline is the jury found Meg coordinator Tory. If they saw that match, one of the means for other bloggers who play the same game. Whoever this fucking stupid ass page is, nobody's fucking nigga. I don't give a fuck about a lawsuit, nigga. Y'all be thinking like niggas like me is like scared. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, I would have to go on Armand's thing. Yeah, we'll find it for the content. They trying every which way to try to make it seem like, ooh, it's the boogeyman type shit. Like, fuck out of here. Nobody care about no man like that. Here we go. Sorry.
Decided that I am a media but at the end of the day, she feels like,
Pay that off.
This person. No, it was not, and it was not that deep at all. But
also because I don't know, because I'm hearing 59K, 75K.
File something in new media, and for us to solidify.
So I thought that was good. You know what I mean? Like, did that make you feel like, damn, you really
prove I was a media defender? And then I definitely feel like the team was underestimated. I think it's going to be imperative to go do that leg work. So I'm ecstatic at the fact that the jury saw.
It's over though, right?
Because I can't hang.
I don't agree. Source you deliver.
Is it
52 hot?
The show person, but then I feel like
believe what y'all been saying that we had a sexual relationship from the jump, literally. So he has to consider what he's going through on his own. I have to be accountable for my position in different things, and I have to own that. The whole thing is, I didn't get up at the behest of anybody, so I wasn't looking to anybody to save me in that
Got it.
regard. Of
Got
course,
it.
it would have been nice for people to simply say, no, it ain't this or that. But in
Mhm.
my opinion, people had their minds made up anyway. Y'all believe what y'all been saying that we had a sexual relationship from the jump.
Mm.
Literally. So y'all wanted to believe it. That's what y'all didn't believe. That's what y'all done made it. So what shit would it have mattered? No. It honestly wouldn't have. So he got up and did what he did, and that's on him. And God bless him on his journey. But I have to own my own shit. So I'm not looking to Daystar or anybody else because Daystar nor anyone else had me up anywhere saying anything.
This question is for both of you. Why?
Okay, so here's my honest thing with Megan. I see.
That's what I believe. You
Hold
talk
on.
about people who can
I'm trying to
follow
get the
the
text message
proper
shit.
protocol.
Got it.
Does anybody got the timestamp for the text message shit?
Rules like that, or is there like a gag order? Are you
No,
talking about her?
no. The gag order that was
I want you to get that. I'm telling you this.
the way that we expressing it,
Mhm.
isn't it?
The reason why it even got to the jury because you guys had proved to the judge that you were a media. Is there anything that you have learned from?
About things and with people like you that I feel like
We're the people that these people watch.
All right, anyway, I'm giving you, I did see it earlier. If you guys got a timestamp, I'll play. But essentially, she said the deleted messages, she never texted Tori 20,000 times. She said it's a group chat with her friends that it was called, Jersey Shore. She said she called it N-word Shore. And they would talk about just shit. It's like not necessarily even industry shit. Imagine your local group chat with your friends. She would just talk shit about people around town or whatever. Probably some celebrities too. Who knows? But she said that's what the deleted thing was. But in the media, it kind of was reported like she deleted 20,000 messages that had to do with Tory, which I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the hell y'all going on? She said shit wasn't about Tory. Like, she just had a group chat that they deleted. And it got deleted multiple times, like damn near, like, whatever. So I don't know.
same type of shit. It's
Why do you
backward.
think that is?
I did something towards somebody else. What behavior?
Oh, it's a 104. Oh damn, y'all niggas is on it. Is it?
What was actually revealed by the specialist
Oh,
was
here we go. Oh damn, y'all
okay.
heard.
Okay,
I'm on
and then two, can you tell us this, Milagro? What is nigga shore? That was the 20,000 text messages. Just tell us what nigga shore was, just so everybody knows. Finally, what was nigga shore?
Listen, let me tell you something. Everybody is sitting up here talking about she deleted messages, she deleted messages. What was actually revealed by the specialist was that from 2019 to now, every year I deleted thousands of messages. Y'all talking about 20,000 messages got deleted? That was shown in evidence. There were 20,000 messages in the nigger shore chat. There was a group chat with my friends. So there was no proof of me deleting 20,000 messages with no Tory or no Sunstar because I ain't never text him no 20,000 times. The 20,000 messages was from my group chat. Nigger Shore was a play on Jersey Shore with a group of friends. That is it, child. So once
I
again,
thought that
if
was
you
a reach
sat
too
through, I
on
know you
mine.
were there. A lot of things were misconstrued. A lot of clips were taken. They then zoomed out of a lot of stuff to make it look like this. And what my team did was come in and paint the full picture so that they could see the full scope of it.
I think that
So
was the.
that's what nigga shore was,
I
And
child.
think
then
that
let
was.
me ask you this, Dennis. Dennis, sorry, I got a ping pong. But now we saw with Tasha K how it kind of set us back with new.
Okay, I bet we got it. Hey, it is what it is. Congrats to Milagro, congrats to Meg Thee Stallion, and congrats to everybody else for the free content. Yo, this is, y'all can clip this. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, this is my message to Miss Unlikable, Meg Thee Stallion. Shorty, I think honestly most relevant or huge media personalities, whether it's me or Joe, I think we kind of wanted to always understand you and kind of open the doors, but you're very standoffish. Like, you've never, like, I suggested like over a year or two ago, like, you should sit with people because we're hearing, there's a perception about you. And if you deny the perception, again, you could keep suing, maybe the 59,000, like, yeah, you're running to the bank with, but I personally believe you're doing this because you want to be liked because you have a music career and you want people to speak favorably about you. You're not giving people a chance to know you. People are only hearing from you when you're on a stand. You could go talk to people. These people don't hate you necessarily. Like, I don't even hate you. Like, obviously, I go back and forth with you because you said some stuff about me. I say some stuff about you. You know me, I always go big on big. When people start, if we go back and forth, I play ping pong with the best of them. But you're not giving people a chance to rock with you. You're not giving a chance for people to know you. You're acting like you above media, and there's really nobody above it. The likes of people who sometimes are misunderstood. Like, for example, and I hate to use this example, but look at 6ix9ine. I think, if there was a likability meter, I'm not saying it's at 100, but he was probably like one of the most unlikable people. And in those last couple months, him taking the time to listen to why people don't like him and try to answer those questions, and not by try to intimidate them, said, if you don't like me, I'm going to bankrupt you. Yeah, some people saying, okay, all right, I still disagree with him on A, B, or C, but at least he's funny. Okay, he's not that bad of a guy. Or you know what? I kind of understand now. That's how you treat people, Meg. And I know the little shills at Rock Nation or whoever you're at that's in your ear right now is telling you, like, this is the way to go. Let's be very honest. Even if you want $1 million, you just seem like a brat. And it makes people dislike you even more. Like, there's nothing that you're doing, and I get it, you have an audience. So maybe you just want to be in that, but if you ever, like I always said, you had talent to compete at the highest levels in female rap, you'll never get there with this mentality. You need to be liked by the majority of hip hop, not combat them in the courtroom. And if that's what you think it is, you're going to realize that you're going to fight this battle, whether you win $50,000 or $500,000. You're going to fight this for the rest of your life because your talent don't matter no more. What people are going to remember you for are the things that are not music. They're going to remember that they don't believe you. They think you're a liar. They think you're, like, again, I know this word might not, people don't say it to you. They kind of just think that you're the asshole. The person who, yeah, you got justice and you're still wilding. You're picking on people. The person who's a hypocrite. These are the things that's coming out with this lawsuit. Like, I see you putting out press updates to try to counter Milagro shit. Respectfully, Milagro wasn't that. This is the most publicity Milagro's ever gotten. And that's why I think that, respectfully, no matter what, she has to take this as a W. You've gotten the most attention you've ever gotten. You could use this as a learning opportunity, but your platform, depending on how you take this moment from now on, could be exponentially bigger. Thank you to Meg. And she sues you. What definitely has not changed from you filed this lawsuit or even from your whole situation with Tory is that people don't like you. And Meg has dug a hole and it's like sinking sand. The more she tries to prove to us that we should like her, the more we dislike her. And I've told her, or I've suggested, the way to remedy this all the time. Speak to the people who you think don't understand you or who don't like you. You clearly think their platforms are big enough that they're affecting your mental health. You're spending $500,000 on therapy. Don't act like you're some big superstar. Don't act like you're above it. Speak to them. Speak to your fans. Speak to people. It'll allow that conversation to happen. Chat, for some people might be like, you pick on women, this and third. Meg ain't get half of what I've said about Carisha. I called her a porta potty. She was getting pissed on. Called her non-talented, illiterate, all of that. And when it came to a head and after she heard, like, listen, we don't care. I've never seen none of y'all niggas. I don't know y'all. Nobody hates y'all. But of course, everybody got their own egos. And that's where I think she's incorrect about thinking Tory's behind everything. Shorty, if you never mentioned my name, I probably wouldn't give two fucks. Once you mention my name, I'm on your ass. Nigga, I'm on your ass like, like back pockets. Same way when I was one of the biggest supporters of Lil Baby. The moment that nigga rapped in his shit told about I got more money than Akademiks, I said, here lies the career. That's what I said. The moment Meek Mill thought he was going up on me, I said, This is the tombstone. I started molding it. That's how I take it with everybody. Man, woman, child, dog, everybody. I don't give two fucks. So you could make it a woman issue, but I've treated every rapper the same. I'm giving you the remedy, shorty. You know, in the hearts of hearts, it's not about you think, oh, bloggers are doing this. There's people that lie on me. There are people that might twist the truth on me because they don't like me. They want their audience to not like me. I get it. So I'm not saying everybody has always been straight shooter with you. But you're doing this not for $59,000. You're doing this because you want to be liked. You're doing this because it's severely hindered your music career. And I'm surprised they didn't bring that up when you were trying to speak on damages. Because we've heard about you more with lawsuits than we've heard about you with music. That's not normal. When you came on the scene, you was one of the hottest commodities. The reality of this is that you'll never change someone's mind by a lawsuit. You'll never do it with these, oh, let me just frame them as lying. If they posted you and Tory on the Shade Room, not my platform, on the Shade Room, you'll see so many women supporting Tory. Why is it? Why? What's so different about you compared to most women who allege abuse or allege whatever? There's something unlikable about you. And I'm telling you the remedy. It's not lawsuits. It's not spending $2 million to get $59,000. You need to be personable. You need to be vulnerable to the masses. You need to open yourself to conversations even with people that you don't like. And again, I'm saying it to you. This ain't me saying it because I'm scared of a lawsuit. I don't give a fuck what you do. Because I just watch you bleed $2 million. I watch you bleed another 2. Don't give a fuck. But I do know at the end of the day, whether you sue me or you don't, I'm going to be covering hip hop until I'm done and out of here. And I'm talking about the world. I'm gonna do this at 70. And I think you're going to be in this space as well. So you could file lawsuits till you're 70, or you could realize, what do I really want? And what I do think you really want is to be understood. You'll never be understood in a courtroom where this case that y'all just had, y'all were judged by 9 white old people who don't even understand the vernacular you speak. So again, enjoy the $59,000. You know, Milagro will be making payments, and I think they could put that on a mortgage-like payments. So enjoy your $200 every month installation over the next 20 years. And if that makes you feel good, like you really got it while you lost out on $2 million, so be it. But if you do want that career that I think you could rap, and you want people to not look at you like that, I think it's a little bit too far gone, but you still possibly have a hope. Fuck the lawsuits. Speak to the people. Speak to the people that don't like you, the people that like you, but make yourself accessible that people could look at you and say, wait, why do y'all hate this girl? Why do y'all think she's a liar? Yeah, she lied about some whatever, but like, yo, she's cool. Like, she's not that bad. Because right now, think about it. When that bum-ass nigga Klay Thompson misses 33s, they blame you. When everything bad happens around anybody around you, they blame you. You know why? You're exuding a film and a exterior of dislikability that you seem to think that you could cure or erase through litigation and courtroom, which tells me you're listening to too many people at Rock Nation and you got too many people in your ear. You from Houston, yo. Come on, cut it out. Like, you're probably one of the, and I haven't met you, you're one of the only people from the South that can convince people that you're a nice, sweet, lovable person. Come on. Like, that alone should tell you. You're the only person, yo, everybody from down south, like, think about, like, let's talk about your peers, Lotto. Man, you want to love Lotto, despite how she looks. Lotto just seems like, she just seems like, from her voice, her energy, you want to love her. It's just something about you. And I just don't think you get it. I'm going to leave it right there. And I'll say this too. I'll leave this one for the road. In case you thought about running up the lawsuit on me, we'll have some real lawyers meet your lawyers, and then we'll do the Infinity Wars, because this show is baby food. Okay, we'll do it. But until then, shorty, cut it out. Life is long. We're all in the same industry. Pipe down. All right, let's get to 50 Cent, people. Wait, what happened? Did I miss some shit? All right, anyway. Okay. By the way, thank you guys. Thank you, and thank you guys for all the generous donations. You guys are the best.